Hi, my name is Leslie Gossett and welcome to Leslie's List. In each episode, I will introduce you to my favorite boutiques, neighborhoods, and standout businesses in the Austin area. Today we are here at Kara Sanchez Beauty and I'm so excited to introduce you to Kara and her lovely studio. I have a new fresh set of brows.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Tell everybody about your amazing store and services, and I guess I want to jump in and let everybody know that I was first introduced to the idea of lamination probably about 2 years ago. I'm not sure when it hit the scene.
About
but
then.
I started reading about it here and there, and of course, like everything I do, I dove into researching who does this, who's the best in town. I was willing to drive to Dallas if I needed to. Austin's not so much into the beauty scene.
Right.
We're more of an organic, let it grow and let it just kind of do its thing. But I came across you and your company and several other companies, and to me it was very important to find a salon that was that had a solution that did not have formaldehyde.
Right.
And so that was like, okay, we've checked that box. But then in the next step is, okay, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been in the business? And I was just so impressed with the fact that you've been in the business, I think, 25 years.
Yeah.
And we're trained by brow guru who's internationally known, Anastasia herself, and you worked with her for what, 4 years?
Yep, I worked side by side with her for 4 years.
Which is just incredible. I had the chance of meeting her at a Mario Devanovic event.
Isn't she lovely?
She's amazing.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, and so I got really excited that we had that connection, and then you come and you see her store and you're like, okay, she's the real deal. You're in an environment that is just so pleasant to be in, and
Thank
it's
you.
not like you want to just get in and out. You know, you want to stay here, you want to absorb everything that you've created, and it just feels so lovely. So yeah, I'm excited that I found you and that our paths have crossed, and you keep my brows looking fresh. And
Well, you have great brows to start with. So, I mean, I work with all different brows, from no brows at all to really full and fluffy brows. And yours are really beautiful naturally. So we really just kind of bump them up and emphasize like the good parts and tint them a little bit so that you can see them a little bit more too.
Thank you. Well, and I think that's maybe a good place that we can start. Do you want to tell everybody what services you offer? Because you offer a wide range of services other than
everything,
the lamination.
Yeah, we do everything brows. We offer microblading, brow lamination, brow shaping. I do brow lessons. Pretty much anything you need with brows, I do. That's where I've had my focus for many years, as Leslie said, and I'm a paramedical esthetician after I graduated college, so I have the aesthetics background too, which I think really helps in this industry to understand skin and understand how it reacts and understand hair growth and things like that.
What led you to this industry?
Actually, I went to college because I'm only the second person in my family to get to go to college. My dad's from Mexico, my mom is from Canada, and I did the college part really for them, but that really wasn't my passion. And then I wanted to go into skin, beauty. I always loved that industry. So immediately when I graduated, I enrolled myself in to a paramedical aesthetics program in Orlando. And then that was it. I opened my first business when I was 24. I'm now 42 and I'm still doing eyebrows. And honestly, I really don't imagine myself doing anything but this. I just love it as much as the day I started.
And how did your path cross with Anastasia?
So I had met Anastasia at a function, and I had owned my own business in Orlando, but then the recession hit and things kind of changed. I needed to switch gears, so I pivoted my business. We closed the brick and mortar location and then went on location doing wedding hair and makeup. And when I was ready for a change, I decided to move here to Texas, and I spoke to Anastasia. She had a position available as a trainer for her company, and it was an opportunity really I couldn't pass up. It opened so many doors for me, and she was a wonderful mentor. I literally couldn't say enough good things about her.
And she, it seems like maybe transferred her love of education, because I know you do a lot of that too, and you train all over.
Yeah, I trained, well, with her, I trained all over the US and Canada, but that's kind of where I started in the skincare industry. When I was still a student at the aesthetic school, they didn't have like a brow section. Like they taught you how to wax, but they didn't teach you how to shape or like what fit people's faces. And you know me well enough to know I raised my hand and was like, this is not good. This isn't how you do it. And so they actually led or asked me to teach that section. So I came back as a student teacher while I was a student and after I graduated to teach the brow section.
Yeah.
So I've been training. I think training sometimes is just in your blood. You just want to teach people how to, I want to empower everyone I meet to have the best brows that they can have. I never had the philosophy that I only want your brows to look good when you're here with me. Like I want you to be able to make them look good all the time. I think that is the mark of a professional and someone who really cares about the industry.
I remember you saying that, I think, on our first visit, and I've always been of the mindset that it's skincare first, makeup second, and I think brows is right up there with skincare. I think I can walk out of the house and when my brows are done,
you feel good.
I feel great, and it's just sort of the, icing on the cake.
Yeah, and it's a huge confidence boost. I mean, even on days when you don't put concealer, if you have your brows on and a little bit of mascara,
you're good.
I mean, you feel pretty good about yourself.
You do, yeah. Well, I'd love for you to share a little bit about the space. This is just such an amazing space, and wanted to know, did you design it yourself? What's the inspiration? You have a lot of live plants. Everybody feels good when they come in here.
Well, thank you very much for saying that, because that was my intention. Because we do microblading and portion of the shop has to be quite sterile, just because of we're a tattoo facility. I wanted the rest of the shop to be really welcoming and homey, and we have over 100 live plants in here. That might be a little excessive, but I love greenery. I think since we can't have dogs, I use the greenery to be really welcoming. And designing the place really was just super fun for me. I got to do everything that I can't do at home because I share my home with my husband. And so I got to do pink and gold and, sparkly things. And it really,
your space.
Yeah, it literally, I want everyone to feel when they walk in like it represents me and that they feel comfortable. I kind of think that I want the shop to kind of feel like a hug.
Well, it does. I think mission accomplished. So, Kara, what would you say is your most requested service, and what is your favorite service?
Well, I think that my most requested service is obviously microblading. We're currently on a 5-month wait for an appointment, so I think that that's what the people want right now. And then probably my favorite service is got to be the microblade. It would be tough, microblading to a lamination, because microblading is really changing someone's life. It's giving them confidence every day when they wake up in a more permanent way, where the lamination is a little bit lower commitment, super fun, really trendy. So I like that aspect of it, but they would be neck and neck for me.
Yeah, I absolutely love. I've had microblading done previously, and so the lamination was just sort of an evolution. I mean, in the beauty industry, there's always the next best thing of what's coming out and what's new.
And lamination, I really didn't think it would stick around this long, to be honest. We were the first studio to bring it to Austin. As Leslie mentioned, we're a little bit more natural. I'm not, but the city is a little bit more natural, and I didn't think that it was going to go over well here. But we brought it. A news company or a news channel came and did a little piece on us, and then from there it just kind of took off.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's my favorite service, and I just love that it lasts so long. It lasts 6 to 8 weeks. I guess up to 10 weeks for some.
Up to 10 weeks for some people. It depends on your skincare. As you know, Leslie's really into her skincare, so she uses a lot of like oils and creams and things like that. That is fine to use. It can break down the lamination a little bit faster, but if you have drier skin and you don't sweat a lot and you use a little bit less skincare, you can get about 10 weeks out of it.
Awesome. So, Kara, I always like to end these interviews by asking, what are some famous words that you live by or values that you want to be remembered? To me, it's really important that my tribe, share a certain set of values, and I feel like, we attract the type of clients that we want to work with, and I love my clients. I'm sure you could say the same thing. And so I always like asking, what motivates you, what drives you, how do you want to be remembered? Speak a little bit to that.
Well, I think because I've been in a service industry for my whole life, I've always been serving people and making people feel confident through beauty and letting them see themselves maybe the way that they haven't before. But I think the biggest thing for me is I would love to have people feel great, not just look great, because so much of my business is superficial, but I want them to remember how I made them feel.
Oh, I love that. And how do you think you help with that, or what are some ways that you?
Well, I recently had a client that I microbladed her brows, and it was a very busy day in here. We had a lot going on, and she messaged me after and she said, I know that I'm one of many clients that you see that day, and there was so many other things going on, but I felt like I was the only person there. And that really, I was like, that's exactly how I wanted you to feel. So I was so glad that it was actually,
she was able to feel that.
Yeah, that she was able to feel that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for these amazing brows.
You're welcome.
And tell everybody where they can find you.
So on Instagram, I'm at Kara Sanchez Beauty, and my website is just Kara Sanchez. We've also just launched a t-shirt collection that's on the website as well. And that's it.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.